And for a family business, the earlier thing what I said is important, that who from the family is nominated to lead that business and given the full ownership to run the course.
That was your father, right?
So my father, when he retired, he basically said, this is your business, this is yours. He split the businesses amongst the three brothers. He split his kitty that, okay, you have so much of the cash. And now what you do going forward is your business. If you want to collaborate with your brothers, if you want to do it independently, you run your course. Because what could otherwise happen is that if we were part of a family business, three brothers, my father, and I wanted to go and set up a plant, and each one of us would have that ambition to do something. And then the priorities would be different. We would have only so much to be able to digest. So be able to, nominate who in the family is responsible for what, and then he's given entire freedom.
Yep.
That is important too. So our biochemical business doesn't have a growth. So that was ruled out as a growth business. The wool business is a luxury fiber, again doesn't grow and is dependent on sheep population. Again, that was ruled out as a growth business. The polyester business can be only grown in low labor cost countries. So that could never become a global business. So PET, our fourth leg of the stool, was the leg we said can be grown. And then we did a little bit more research on who our competitors would be, who our peers are going to be. And one thing we identified in that business that time, which turned out to be true, our criticism within the team was that China is going to roll us over. China is very competitive. China is building a lot of capacity, and we can't stand against China. But we said at that time that we think China's costs will also go up. They can't remain at what levels they were.
That's very interesting. What year did you predict that?
2002.
So 2002, you were already predicting rising wage inflation.
So we said that China would catch up on their costs. They won't remain as low cost as they are. We also predicted that the MNCs who were the developers of PET, the innovators of PET, they are going to find this business commoditized, and then it won't match their return requirements for their shareholders, and they would exit this business, and we would be the ones who would buy those businesses.
Is that what happened?
And that is what happened. So today we have 63, 64 entities globally, of which only 5 are greenfield, and all the rest are acquired entities. And most of these are acquired from MNCs. The point is not that. The point is that you had a dream. You had then to plan for that dream. You had to create your organization to fulfill that dream. You had to create your finances. And year on year, you worked on your dream.
Well, the thing that I pick up from what you're saying, and the lesson maybe to pick up for the audience, is actually, and particularly in ASEAN, where you have a lot of companies that are made up of, that have grown up over time, they're family businesses, they may have a lot of moving parts, they may be mini conglomerates, for example, they may have a number of businesses that don't necessarily fit, a little bit like your wool example, is that actually you need to take a look at it and decide what you're going to be good at and just go for it.
Since we had a very narrow focus on what we wanted to achieve, we knew every company, let's say, which was a target for us. And gradually, as we acquired one and then the next and the next, we became, we are known now in the industry to be an acquisitive company. So we believe that any opportunity that comes up is offered to us. It may be part of a bilateral discussion, or it may be part of an auction, but we are offered every opportunity. And the narrow focus allows us to only look at businesses that doesn't cannibalize our existing business. So the key metric for us is that if we buy something will it cannibalize our existing business or not? If it doesn't cannibalize our existing business, it gives us geographic diversity. It helps us serve our customers better globally, makes our global reach better. We will do that business. I said we also did some greenfield projects. The type of project in greenfield we did recently was in Nigeria. We went and set up a PET plant and a packaging plant. That's an underserved market where all our brand owners, whether it's Nestle, Coke, or Pepsi, they all want to grow in Africa. That's a future market for each of them. And we saw that they needed to get served in those markets. So we were willing to go and invest in advance of the market. So that's sort of, the returns are created maybe a bit later than what we would expect, but the returns come. And we were very lucky now in the sense we invested already 3 years ago, and we have had more or less a payback of that